Thank you, respected friends, for having patience to me, waiting and coming, arriving every day. Congratulations also, and prayers. Lokaseva, Dharma Sthapana, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Shanta. 12 Vyaktitvas. The sources are Parabrahma, Ishvara, Adiparashakti Mata, Devata Gana, Guru Gana, and the Shastra Gana. May we all use all of them to the best of the effectiveness for creating ever evolving spiritual Vyaktitvas in us, as mentioned. Welcome for the study of Shwethashwathara Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda to bring to our heart clearly the understanding and conviction regarding what gives moksha. Bhagavan has used his own yukti, Adi Shankaraji. Then he has used the quotes from Shruti, Smriti, and Purana. We are seeing the Purana. And he is quoting such portions of Purana, and not like every time he does, of quoting one word or two words or four words or one liner or one shloka. No, he is taking the bunch of shlokas only. Very rare it is. Otherwise, only one line he quotes. Ishavasya iti Krishna iti Ishavasya Upanishadi. That much only he says. Like in Taittiriya also. Tadesha avi ukta. Only this much. But here what he has done is bunch of shlokas. Why? Because in those collection of shlokas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, total thought is so beautifully developed regarding all aspects of spiritual understanding, spiritual sadhanas. That's the beauty of those portions in the Purana. Bhagavan Adi Shankara's intelligence to bring them and give there as reference to the Upanishad. And he has done the courage of it before entering to Upanishad, not after. Once he enters commenting the Upanishad, only the word meaning, sentence meaning only will say. Somewhere required, okay, one or two quotes. But now he is giving his Sambandha Bhashyam, and that also totally in line with Upanishadic subject only. He is not getting digressing or deviated, but taking little freedom. More freedom he takes when he gives to us the Prakarana Granthas. In giving Prakarana Granthas, Shankara Bhagavan takes freedom in his style and expression only, not the freedom in the theme of moksha. Any number of Prakarana Granthas of him we study, all of them talk about Ekameva Advaya Brahma Anumuti alone is the hetu for the moksha. He doesn't change the subject matter. He may change the way of saying it. In Prakarana, in Shruti Smriti Adi Bhashya, he never takes any independence. Whatever is there, that alone, along with his experience, tries to communicate to the readers the exact meaning. And that also Bhagavan Shankara came as Shankaracharya. Bhagavan Vyasa came as Vishnu has come as Vyasa, Shankara came as Shankaracharya. So they are Sutrakara, these two are Bhashyakara. In the divine Leela, that is there. The continuation of that alone, even those bhashyas when we don't understand, and the languages have become so many. So in each of the language, some are the other acharyas. Bhagavan keeps on sending who communicate to us the same jnanam of Upanishads, mukti giving jnana. Jivas we are, irrespective of bhasha, whatever. When we grasp that knowledge, use it, we get the moksha, liberation. So we are seeing Vishnu Dharmottara Puranam, then the Vishnu Purana, then Linga Purana. Let us just revel in it there and then every day while studying those shlokas. Before that, our common sense thought out um, before the Sankalpa and as well as our Prarthana. Today's the general common sense thought is very good that we are living a good normal life of non harming anyone, a good achievement. Then a good noble life of doing our dharma is a great achievement without any compromise. It's a very beautiful achievement, not an easy thing in Kali Yuga. Very good if we are able to do the punya also, wherein we go out of the way at the cost of our own comfort or possessions. We give dana dharma, we do seva. They are called punya karma. So that's really an evolved stage, not possible in Kali Yuga. And when we call the Punya Karma, in brackets, Phalapeksha Rahita. With Phalapeksha, the Punya Karma is done maximum in Kali Yuga only. That is why you see so much of rush in all temples, especially during special occasions. हजारों लाखों जा रहे, कितने लोग उसमें फलापेक्षा रहित हो रहे होंगे, है ना? So फलापेक्षा रहित punya karmas we are talking about, punya karma. Then greater than that is all adhyatmika named upasanadi karmas. It is vyashti we may do in our own puja room, samashti with our family members, or samashti with the entire society together. Like yesterday we signed yoga where हाँ वाल्मीकि रामायण बच्चों के क्लास में. How Ayodhya was full of temples and yajnashalas, always filled with shraddhalus. Always means during those upasana yajna kala, all of them participating wholly and wholeheartedly. So that's called samashti upasana. That is also very good if you have come to that level. In that also, when the sankalpa is for the welfare of the samashti, when you do the upasana puja, really our दिमाग मेरा और आगे बढ़ रहा है. We are becoming more purer. We are discovering freedom in our life, both from slavery of the outer world, also the slavery of the upadhis. These are all the signs of freedoms. But in spite of all of these, you know, we are not completely at the right sadhana level, ultimate sadhana level, and we cannot say that we are freed. Because from any of these things which we are doing, we can slip for any other reason of temptation, or we may discontinue because of the inabilities or no resources. Then what? As a human being, what is that which helps us in true sadhana, true evolution? The correct thing is only using our buddhi. मनुष्य होने के नाते using the buddhi is the one we have to do. In all earlier things, we are emotionally attached to the devatas and doing upasana, emotionally attached to the world and doing the seva, emotionally attached to our own near and dear ones, doing the dharma. अच्छी बात है वो, better than being lazy or selfish or criminal, etc. But in all of them, there is no discussion about something called truth or reality or bondage or liberation or permanency, etc. They are good, but not the best. Only when the buddhi comes into the utilization that we can say we are human, we are doing the correct thing. Even now, when we are in the class, for some time we are using buddhi, but the remaining time we're just carried away. Why? The other faculties of minds, emotions, senses, perceptions, habitual living, every aspect of it. But ना ऐसा नहीं होता. As a human has to use the buddhi at every moment. Okay. In that using of the buddhi, we can talk about 4 or 5 things. Using of the buddhi, using of the buddhi, buddhi jivu banna. 4 or 5 things. First is called, let us name it as vicharana. विचार विचारण विचार कह तो कुछ इस भाषाओं में विचार मीन्स वरी ये बेचारा है ना that बेचारा came from vichara it is worried anxious no we are talking about vicharana in vicharana what is it is first of all becoming exactly clearly aware of what we are doing and what is happening around us. Now take all the 3 aspects now. One is the general vyavahara. Second is so-called upasanadi, dharma upasana, matlab upasana seva. Third is you and I, when you talk as spiritual sadhanas, isn't it? इन तीनों के प्रति हमें इंक्वायरी कमीशन लगाने विचारणा. At that stage of vicharana of using the buddhi, the point of observation is exactly what is happening around us and about us and by us. We have to be aware of what exactly is being done. जनरली होता रहता है लेकिन हम उसका अवेयर नहीं रखते. Isn't it? In any of the machinery work also, industrial work also, a setup is set and काम चलता रहता है. But somebody should be there to do the vicharana exactly what is happening. Vicharana sthiti is observing, becoming aware of what exactly happening. क्या हो रहा है, क्या कर रहे हैं हम, like morning till night. Vicharana is exactly what is being done by us. Moment by moment. This is important. Moment by moment. That capacity is there in us to become so aware. We have to invoke it. Then comes the second stage called as Vimarsha. That Vimarsha sthiti mein exactly what we are doing. Is it correct or not? विमर्शा स्थिति थोड़ा सूक्ष्म होता है, मेहनत करना पड़ता है to come to that level. These are the tough things. First of all, coming at the buddhi level, starting to use the buddhi itself is so tough because उसका जरूरत महसूस नहीं होता. Because at the senses, body and mind level सब ठीक ठाक चल रहा है, कोई जरूरत ही लगता नहीं. Like the youngsters, children, they are living their life independently. They don't feel like taking guidance and advice from parents. कोई जरूरत नहीं है, और चल रहा है जिंदगी. So to the government thinks that what they are doing is right और सब चल रहा है. They don't think the need of referring to our shastras or referring to some selfless great visionaries, the Mahatmas that are hundreds that are there in the country. चल रहा है ना ठीक ठाक, काय की जरूरत. जनरली ऐसा होता है. But then it is not correct. We have to come to the vimarsha level of using our buddhi, wherein we are scrutinizing what exactly happening. Nahi. Second point, is it correctly happening or not? Whether the language we use in interacting with the people, in that the tone and tune, isn't it? Whether while our performance of the duties, we may imagine, no, मैं तो कर रहा हूँ duty, but करेक्ट कर रहे हो कि नहीं, करेक्टली कर रहे हो कि नहीं, ये ऑब्जर्वेशन चाहिए, विच इज टफ. देर आल्सो वी फील क्या जरूरत है, कर रहा हूँ ना मैं. आई एम सेइंग गुरु सेवा मैं कर रहा हूँ, पूजा मैं कर रहा हूँ, क्लास को मैं आ रहा हूँ. उसमें दो क्वेश्चन है, इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट. दिस क्वेश्चन इज मोर एप्लीकेबल टू द व्यवहार देन करेक्टली आर नॉट इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी. दोनों में फर्क है ना. करेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, करेक्टली कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. करेक्ट मीन्स राइट और रॉन्ग, करेक्टली मीन्स इन द प्रोसेस. विमर्शा हमको करना है, वहीं हम ना कमजोर हो जाते. दिस व्हाट वी से. अब कर ही रहा हूं ना, देन व्हाई आर यू आस्किंग मी टू थिंक अबाउट वेदर इट इज करेक्ट और नॉट, करेक्टली और नॉट. At this point, when the bosses expect the subordinates to assess and analyze, the subordinates become more annoyed because they have matured up to the level of doing it. But when it is questioned, is it correct or not, correctly or not, they feel either ego is hurt or that intellectual lethargy comes there. सोचना नहीं चाहते. But बुद्धि has to be used for that second level of vimarsha. विचार के बाद विमर्शा स्थायी. After the vimarsha comes the vairagya. That when it is not correct, then that which is not correct has to be dropped. This is a guts, real guts. That which is not correct. The correct का अर्थ क्या हुआ, शास्त्र में बताता है वही करेक्ट है, समष्टि के फायदे के लिए जो है वही करेक्ट है, व्यष्टि का स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ के लिए जो है वही करेक्ट है. We have to know what's correct definition of it, what is right. So anything opposite to that, if it is happening, the ability to drop it, everything like I'm having tea or coffee. No, you go as a habit, you have it. बट विचार करना है, उसका विमर्शा करनी है ना कि इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट, इज इट गुड फॉर हेल्थ, इज इट गुड फॉर माइंड, इज इट एन एडिक्शन, इज इट कंज्यूमिंग द टाइम, is it necessary? How come it has become a habit? Once in a while, okay, as a relaxation, you can have it. But how come the taking tea, coffee has become an everyday duty and consuming every day the time? Is it so necessary? In what way it's helping? Other than my imagination, ki if I have it, some freshness comes to me. Freshness, Bhagavan jane. But how much time it is consuming? And the habit of habit is forming there, which enforces creating other habits also. क्योंकि उधर आदत बनाए ना, अब इसका भी आदत बनाओ, वो नाश्ता का भी आदत, उसके बाद इसका भी आदत, मतलब आदत ऑफ द भोग, आदत ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर, आदत 10 बार देखो सेल फोन. These are all interconnected. When some wrong things are taken as right things, and when we make a habit of it, we just get lost in it. And this goes on for months and years and lives together. Why all this is? Because the Buddha is not doing vimarsha. Then comes the third one, this viraga. Again, vichar ho gaya, wherein we are exactly aware of what is happening. Vimarsha is that work of intellect where we are unbiased to know whether it is correct or not, correctly or not. Then only comes the vairagya, the ability, the guts to give up or withdraw or reject what is not correct. उसमें देखो कितना भय होता है, कितना दुख होता है. What Ramji has done from that 7th or 8th sarga up to 29th sarga in the 21 sargas is this only. He has done vicharana, he has done the vimarsha. Now, yesterday you saw he has come to the vairagya sthiti. I want nothing, anything of that. Vairagya sthiti, deeply in our heart. Like when I sit for my japa upasana puja. What I do, except the japa of dhyana, hundreds of people only are coming in my mind, or things are coming, or situations are coming. Where you want to focus your attention at the feet of the Lord, or the name of the Lord, or the Upanishad Mahavakya, how come all these thoughts are coming? No, we have to think it. When you do vicharana, then we come to know that while living the vyavahara, we have given undue importance to them. Even now also we have undue importance given to them. That is why they are in the mind. Otherwise, when you are sitting for Bhagavad sadhana, how come they come? कोई संबंध है क्या इन दोनों का? So that's called vicharana. Then the vimarsha, this is not correct. Valuing anything other than dharma, anything other than sadhana as a sadhana paramatma, how can you value any individual? He is an individual. He has got his own upadhis, whoever he may be. He is going through his sadhana, prarabdha. And I have some mutual prarabdha. Other than that, in for whatever the reason, how can I give importance? And that importance given has become impression. And that's coming as a thought in the mind, and I'm getting carried away by it. For no reason. Not only no reason, the main sadhana जो करना है मैं कर ही नहीं पा रहा और चल ही रहा है गाड़ी. आई टेल टू माई सेल्फ दैट एवरी डे आई डू हाफ एन आवर जप और उसमें 2 मिनट भी नहीं होता, बाकी 28 मिनट और कुछ ही होता रहता. No, these are not sadhana, na. So too I am taking up some stotra for chanting. No, in that stotra chanting, with the meaning in the background, with the bhavana created in the mind, totally dedicatedly, intensely, we have to do the stuti of that devata of that stotra. But our mouth chants that mantra. Where is the mind with its devotion? Where is the intellect with that understanding of what is mentioned in the stotra? And all other things are only remembered at that time. And that is why the devatas say, तुम पढ़े होंगे स्तोत्र, but you have never addressed me. You have never remembered me. Therefore, I can't bless you. That is why 1000 बार पढ़ो हनुमान चालीसा. हनुमान जी कहते हैं और किसी हनुमान को बुलाया होगा, not me. He'll never come on. Why? Whatever are disturbing at that time, we were not aware of them. We were not having vicharana and vimarsha. And the toughest is having the vairagya. Everywhere, even bhojan maybe. What food is causing ill health or laziness? We should do vicharana, vimarsha, na? Then viraga आना चाहिए हमको. What vyavahara is spoiling my relation in the family? First, what is happening? Vicharana करना है अपने तरफ से. What others do, we can't have, only झेलना पड़ेगा. Then second is vimarsha करना है. Is it correct or not? My attitudes, my language. देखना है. Is it authentic? Is it according to the correct wisdom? Then whatever is not so, guts to say no to it. That is a viraga. ये नहीं कर पाते. Actually विमर्शा तक भी नहीं आ पाते. We don't want to know right or wrong because we just want to do it mechanically, which has become a habit in the world out of होगा आसक्ति. Same we do in spirituality. कुछ तो कर रहे हैं ना, कुछ करने से नहीं होता. Exactly जो करना है वो करने से ही होता है. So that vicharana, vimarsha, then viraga. Then comes the fourth one, the vidhi vidhana. Exactly what is to be done, that alone has to be done. This is a work of the buddhi, like I am sitting for meditation. Exactly vidhi vidhan से मैं ध्यान कर रहा हूँ क्या? Am I remembering the tattva mantra? Any of the mantra, thousands we have studied. और उसके ऊपर गौर से ध्यान देके उसमें जिस आत्म तत्व की बात हो रही है, क्या आर वी एबल टू कैच इट? आर वी एबल टू डू अनुसंधान विद दैट आत्म तत्व? This is called vidhi vidhana in the meditation, vidhi vidhana in the contemplation, vidhi vidhana in the shastra adhyanam, vidhi vidhana in the shastra shravanam. Everything should be exactly done as it has to be. Vidhi vidhana in the dharma vyavahara, vidhi vidhana in the other upasanas, vidhi vidhana in the doing of the yoga sadhana. है ना? Like we have studied Ashtanga Yoga, as if Bhagwan Vyasa and Patanjali, they are taking it for granted, as if we are following them in sadhana. वो लोग तो बोलते ही जा रहे हैं, अब आ गया कैवल्यम. Today or tomorrow that third Vibhuti Pada will be over. But where are we? Isn't it? So, whether it is worldly Vyavahara, whether it is Upasana related Vyavahara, whether it's pure Vedanta sadhana Vyavahara ho, तो विचारणा करें क्या हो रहा है, विमर्शा करे करेक्ट हो रहा है कि नहीं, विराग करे जो रॉन्ग है, वी शुड बेंड आवर हेड एंड एक्सेप्ट इट इज रॉन्ग एंड ड्रॉप इट, वैराग कहते हैं उसको. देन द फोर्थ वन इज विधि विधान, परफेक्ट विधि विधान, exactly the way it has to be done. Knowing that Vidhi Vidhana also is a tough job of the intellect. Again, like puja karna. You can't do anything and say it as puja. There is a Vidhi Vidhana. No? Dhyana, Avahana, Asana, Padya, Argya, Achamani, Adi, then Abhisheka, then all of that. So if you don't follow Vidhi Vidhana and just do, it's not done only, no? Things done half are never done right. Anything like even I do the japa, Om Namah Narayanaya. अरे कर रहे हो बट करेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, विमर्शा करनी है. अब रॉन्ग वे ऑफ डूइंग को वी हैव टू रिजेक्ट इट, राइट वे वी हैव टू डू, isn't it? No freshness of the sharira, taken bath and all, seated on the asana on the floor or on the chair, depending on our ability, then taking that mala in the hand if it is that way you are doing, है कि नहीं, द तुलसी माला हो या करमाला हो, और दिस टू इफ यू हैव ट्रांसेंडेड, नो नीड ऑफ द माला, बस हैंड्स पुट इन द लैप, देन क्लोजिंग द आईज, देन इन द हार्ट रिमेंबरिंग नारायण भगवान स्वरूप, देन चैंटिंग ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय, ओम नमो नारायणाय. इन दैट द मीनिंग ऑफ दैट मंत्र इज नारायण भगवान को मैं नमस्कार कर रहा हूँ. ओम है परब्रह्म है, परब्रह्म ही इस नारायण रूप में है, आई एम डूइंग नमस्कार टू हिम. दैट नमस्कार इज ऑफ द 10 टाइम्स दे आर देयर. The ultimate namaskara is I am doing this namaskara to say that you and me are one. Little lower level is in doing namaskara I am just surrendering to you Sharanagati. In the next level, these are the desires I am having to be fulfilled by you. In the next lower level, I am tuning myself to you. In the next level, lower level, I am just doing namaskar to you basically. Word remains same, Om Namo Narayanaya or Narayanaya Namaha. अर्थ वो है, but how is your intention there? How we are deep in that ability to concentrate on Lord's Rupa, Chaitanya Rupa in our heart. And we have actually reached there. We are at his feet. We are really doing namaskar. और ये है विधि विधान जप करने का. बट वी डू जपा ओनली टू फिनिश द नंबर. और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ना हाथ और माला फिरता है, नाइदर द माउथ नॉर द माइंड, बिकॉज यू हैव टू फिनिश इट इन ए हरी. Because we got up late or we have to do something else, go somewhere else. In this way, every of our spiritual sadhana, है ना, कैसा हो रहा है विचारणा करना, विमर्शा करना है, इज इट करेक्टली हैपनिंग और नॉट. Then the virag karna hai. If everything is anything wrong, readiness to give it up. And equally required powerful thing to do is what is right method with vidhana usko karna. Everything it is. As in meditation, shravanam of shastra, adhyanam of shastra, like shastra adhyana, vidhi vidhana. You know that decide first 45 minutes by doing adhyanam. Then keep that book in front in a properly seated place with all respect, reverence to the book, to the acharya of the book, to the subject there. Then one line studying, understanding, second line, third line, total paragraph. Therefore, the connection of all lines. Therefore, what is the complete theme in that paragraph? This called a vidhana of Shastra Adhyana. Here also, what do we do? Khatam hona chahiye Shastra. Are bhakti jate ho. Vimarsha we are not doing. Is it correctly done or not? So we are cheating our own selves because we are doing but not correctly. Therefore, we are not getting benefit. When we don't do correctly, how can it give us benefit? That is why इतने साल पढ़ रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, लेकिन जो रजिस्टर होना है नहीं हो रहा है. And don't even do that things, they are not even at the vichara level. They are the very gross level of the vikara of the mano and akarshana of the indriyas. They are absolutely animalistic human beings. Because these bhogas, animals also do. They can't do vicharana. They don't have the dharma, seva, punya, yoga, bhakti, vedanta, ityadi. All these they don't have. And those who don't have, they are equal. We are also, whenever in that mode. So as a Manushya, we have to use the Buddhi. Buddhi's work is Vicharana. In that Vicharana, exactly what's happening, you must know. Exactly. Then Vimarsha, is it correct or not? Some of the things appear to be very good and noble, no doubt, but not required that time. Like once we are spiritual, where we are studying Shastras, deeply contemplating, the lower sadhanas, very good, noble, attending the people, serving the people, अन्नदान करना ये सब आप they are good noble but not for me. अब हो चुका है that stage. This is another toughest thing. People, as many involved in the wrong things, knowing many of us are involved in right things, and we don't have the guts to rise above it. That's why the meaning of Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Dharman means Sarva Dharman, Sarva Punyan, Sarva Satkarmanam, all of them. Because only then single pointedly we can do Mamekam Sharanam Raja, Swaguna और निर्गुण. वो भी एक बात हमें विचारना. What is the work is good, but not for me now. No, if I am called to give lecture in schools, colleges, children, no, I can't go now anymore. I have done sufficiently. You come to my Upanishad class. There are many other speakers, you call them. Not for me. I can't come to that level to talk to them about बेटा अच्छे ड्रेस पहनो इस तरह अरे पहनो या ना पहनो फर्क थोड़ी पड़ता है वो जिंदगी में very less it is, isn't it? So that's all being done now, isn't it? When we were doing children camp, youth camp, बच्चों से इतने गेम्स करवाते थे hundreds. I mean, you ask me now to do, I have to be wise enough. No, when I do the next higher one, I can't go back to the lower. There are others to do it. It's their job. The ability to take up, as much it is important, the ability to give it up to go to the next level also is equally important. That also comes under the Vicharana, Vimarsha, then Viraga, then the Vidhi Vidhana. Remember all these four. When it Vidhi Vidhan se karaj kiya jata hai, phala will come. Like I am, let us say, purely spiritual sadhaka. I want the truth and truth and truth alone, nothing other than. Now, what should be the Vidhi Vidhan of him the entire day? शास्त्र में दिखाया है थ्रू आउट द डे हाउ द स्केड्यूल हैज टू बी that should be known, that should be remembered, and that's how it has to be followed. Purely पक्का परमात्मा के लिए मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. No, this thought helped nobody so far. That ambition never helped. Only when we work upon it that it will help us. अदरवाइज वेर ऑल सूडो फिलोसोफर्स. अब मैं भी गुरु सेवा करना सोचा था, मैं भी शास्त्र पढ़ना सोचा था, मैं भी स्पिरिचुअल बनना सोचा था. अरे किसको बोल के किसको उल्लू बना रहे हो? Nobody you can make as ullu in the world. There already. You can make only yourself. उल्लू को गधा बनाना. Isn't it? Even studying Shastra, whom it has helped. That's why, yesterday we quoted Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya. Vagvaikari answer, Muktaye na to Muktaye. Isn't it? For a speaker, it's for Bhukti. That he gets food. बिकॉज एक भक्ता है सत्संग पे तो चलो जिएगा करके कोई लोग कुछ भीख देंगे आप जैसे लोग. श्रोता को भी भोग है कि अच्छा ठीक है तो आज गिल बहलाने के लिए अच्छे ख्याल सुने हम. These things never helped anyone, na? Like the Raja also sometimes calls some Rishi or Brahmana, Maharaj, आप थोड़ा सत्संग लगाओ. तो Mahatma will talk about Brahma Jnana, Atma Jnana, Upanishad. राजा फिर कहेगा, महाराज आपने बहुत बढ़िया बोला, लीजिएगा ये आपके आश्रम के लिए दान दक्षिणा. Means what? That is bhoga for the Raja. That he heard the satsang at Tale Bajai. Is that Tattvajnana a bhoga? How humiliating it is. But he can listen. Every week somebody comes and gives me lecture. But he's zero into spirituality because it's a bhoga for him. As much it is for the speaker, it's a bhoga because मुक्ति पैसा मिलता है खाने को और सुनने वाले को भी उस समय भोग है. मुक्ति for the ग्राहक speaker, bhoga for the Raja. See देखो. And next level wale, those who are serious about spiritual goal, but that won't help, isn't it? You have to know the path for it. We have to follow it. You know that example of, I tell you, the Parashuramji in Tripura Rahasya is, I am the bewildered. It's a powerful thing. The way he does vichara, vimarsha of all his life, what mistakes he has done, every time he accepts them, he corrects them. One or two times again mistakes happen, again he corrects them. The way he approaches the Samvarta Rishi with Shraddha, then the Dattatreya Bhagavan, then the 12 years of Upasana of Lalita he has done, then again comes to the Guru. When a Guru tests him, it's beautiful it is, in his genuinity. And he's asking the Uttama Prashnas there. Then taking one by one story, how the Dattatreya Bhagavan is answering. That Hemaleka, Hemachuda कहानी कितना बढ़िया था. I gave you the summary of it in the evening class. Then this Gandashaila Upakhyanam, the Rajaputra and the Rishiputra. All the Mahaveda, Ashtanga Yoga Sadhana, पूरा वहाँ दिखाया. मतलब योग सिद्धियाँ. We are shown all of that. Yesterday was a special topic was taken up for discussion. So, example of those people. Vidhi Vidhana is important. For that, Viraga is important. For that, Vimarsha is important. For that, we should start Vicharana, live at the Buddhi level. Otherwise, even spiritual sadhana, so called also, can be only at the mind level of emotional doing, senses level of mechanically doing, not involving Buddhi at all. Then no change will happen in our inner personality. Spirituality means total metamorphosis, transformation of our entire personality. अंतर्मुख होना है बहिर्मुख से, जीव भाव से आत्मा भाव में होना है, कोश तादात्म्य से कोश अतीत होना है. ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा हमारे अंदर? अरे कर ही नहीं रहे हो तो होगा कैसे? We are not even aware of what to do to go beyond these. If we don't aware of what to do, then when will we do? And if we don't do, how will it happen? Like, why I am Deha Tadatma Yukta? What is the meaning of Deha Tadatmata? Where the Deha Tadatma is happening? Have you ever did the vichara of it? If you observe, 24 घंटे we are with the Deha only. That the bittermost truth we will recognize. Then to say that what is done is wrong, that vimarsha aspect of it, टफ लगता है क्योंकि आदत हो गया है. और ये महामोह माया क्या है ना, लिविंग अटरली एट द भोग लेवल ऑफ शरीर, स्टिल वी कैन स्टडी शास्त्र. दैट्स द बिगेस्ट माया एंड प्रॉब्लम. And we can develop an arrogance. If this many shastras studied, this many classes done, this much of thing intellectually I understand. But without beginning as a sadhaka, even an iota also. Thousands of lives we can spend like that. We can give even lectures to others. That is why NAMAHA Pravachanena Lakya. Without beginning any sadhana on the name of spirituality, so many shastras can study, continuing to be a samsari. Level 1 also not crossed, LKG, UKG. Just now we said, Kosha Tadatmya, have you ever thought about? Where in my vyavahara throughout the day, this koshon ka tadatmya strong ho raha hai. Unless I do the vicharana of that, When can I go to next level of vimarsha कि यार ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए? Then only na the vibharyaga, I am giving up that style. If this is not consciously taken up, how can I say I am sadhaka? साधना करने वाले को साधक कहते हैं ना, वो साधना जानता ही नहीं. And ours is a more peculiar case. Every day we come, listen, we come and speak. पता नहीं किसके लिए बोल रहे हैं, क्यों बोल रहे हैं. In a different hallucination we are. We are also better cartoon for all the devatas to look at and laugh. Rishis etc. डेली आता है बोलता है वाक्य सुनते अब कुछ नहीं हो रहा. Why? The intellect has not started being applied in doing exactly what's happening. Is it correct or not, correctly or not, and sufficiently or not? You can add that also. Then, if not, the viraga to that. Then, what is right way? Recognize it. उसको विधि विधान के रूप में करना है. Vidhana is paddhati. Vidhi means duty. Following the paddhati as it's a duty. Vidhi vidhana. In today's world, everything is done, but vidhi vidhana is dropped. Spiritual things में. In the worldly things, if you drop the vidhi vidhana, satyanash ho jayega bande ka. Like when you try, you fly a flight or you try to drive a car or any train or anything, you can't miss the vidhi vidhana there. एक second भी करो तो accident हो जाए. There we follow vidhi vidhana. When it comes to spirituality, nowhere vidhi vidhana. Right from the first thing, spiritual person को किस समय में उठना है, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त. We only get away the ब्रह्म मुहूर्त, ब्रह्म. उठते ही क्या करना है? It's only spiritual thought. After that set of that 4 hours of spiritual activity is done, then only we must go for some food or breakfast, etc. Only to give us energy so that throughout the day we do our karma yoga seva. विधि विधान. In that also our intentions, the attitudes. अब ये तो लंबा टॉपिक है. We are not touching it at all. Is that there विधि विधान in our भावनास? Continuously. जब बोला तब 1 मिनट 1 सेकंड के लिए सोचना नहीं. All the time bhavana that the jagat is mithya. Therefore don't value it. Or jagat is bhagavat sarupa. Therefore love it. Or jagat is atma sarupa. Therefore respect and serve it. Consciously hona hai all the time. Then every moment becomes sadhana throughout the day. That is sadhana. जो हर पल साधना को जानकर करता है वही साधक है. नॉट दैट साधना काल इज 2 घंटे 24-22 घंटे संसार. दैट्स अनदर immaturity. You can't demarcate, no? Till the spirituality enters into our vyavahara, we are not spiritual. Don't enter the vyavahara into spirituality or samsara into spirituality. ये सारे बातों को कहते हैं विचारणा स्वयं. Then the best example for this, the one who has done is Lord Rama only. तगड़ा विचार राम ने किया बाबा. What is happening inside, what is happening outside, and he has done the vimarsha also. Correct or not is inquiry. Then he has done viraga also. मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए बस. Now he is asking for vidhi vidhana. Tell me what we have to live the life so that I can evolve spiritually. May we all be matured in these things and make these blessings given to us by Bhagavan and Guru in the form of this ability and opportunity of Shastra Shravana for the best of the purpose. May it all yield the best purpose to us. भगवान उसके लिए जो अत्यंत सूक्ष्म गंभीर अंडरस्टैंडिंग साधना करनी है हमसे कराइएगा. Any obstacles, self-created or prarabdha created, please remove them. May we become more and more intense, deep towards the purpose, knowing exactly what to do, and keep doing that alone with total personality poured in it. We want to enjoy that life of total sadhana. Then the result. We are sincere in that. Hey Bhagavan, bless. This is done. What is done from last 4 years? What is very, very gross and superficial? We know that. Nothing is done actually, except a numbering, except browsing through the papers or the words. May we be blessed with the ability to do the continuous vicharana, vimarsha, viraga, and the vidhi vidhana. Thank you. Om 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 Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओं नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या संप्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओं यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्धिद्वारा कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां भक्तिज्ञानयोगादिमोक्षमार्गाणां प्रक्रियाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्पराणां पुनरुत्थानजागरण समस्त विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगतिद्वारा विश्व एकता सामरस्य पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्यैश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्य वीर्यादिशक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां ज्ञानादीनां प्राप्ति द्वारा बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ सम्बन्ध भाष्यम्। Yesterday we have come up to this most crucial topic, very deep one. लग गया तो बन गया बात. Two things. First, ekameva advayam brahman alone is truth. He is not perceivable by any of the faculties. But in that, there is an experience of bliss, experience of infinitude. More closely, if you want to tell, the experience is like Sat and Chitta. We are given, no? How it is. Narayana. Mamatu ahamiti prajnaviyuktam. No differentiation in the Parabrahma of you and yours, me and mine, he, his, she and hers. No, that is the absence of it. Then, Viyuktam avikalpavat, in that there is no vikalpa means two-ness. Then outside, ऐसे वाला दो नहीं है. That's called avikalpa. Next one, avikaryam. Within itself, it is not going through any change or modification. Most importantly, anakhyayam, which cannot be spoken with the words. We can speak with words, not which is perceivable by Indrayas or felt by the mind or even conceptualized by the intellect. So by saying Anakhyam cannot be spoken, it is already said, it is not the Vastu of Indriyas, Mana and Buddhi. Then in this way Advaita Anubhuti happens, here it is said. And the word Satachitananda, Anantata, अविकार्य में सारा आ गया. जन्म जरा रोग मृत्यु और जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षयते विनश्यति. They're all vikariyas. They are never ever felt in that experience of the self. This is called as Advaita Anubhuti. ये कह दिया हमको. This is truth. Other than that, inside and outside, remember, the entire world is only the manomaya, manovrittimaya. All is in the mind. Therefore, never mind, you are clear about an entire thing. This most tough understanding, but then if it is gained, the reliever, gaining means abiding by it. उस ज्ञान में हम अवॉइड भी हो जाते हैं ना, it just relieves us from so many things. What was the topic? Manovrittimayam dvaitam. Dvaitam is manovrittimayam. It's only in the mind's thoughts that Dvaitam is there. It is not real. Then what is real? Advaitam paramarthataha. Advaitam only, the absolute truth. Okay, and this manovrittimayam, it is my manovritti, it is your manovritti, it is his manovritti, it is her manovritti, and it is the samashti manovritti, and it is the samashti upadiyukta Ishvara manovritti. But it is manovritti, it is not real. It may be seen it as it is. It may be utilized for the purpose for which it is made. Yet it is manovritti. Like the pot example. Pot is used for water, used for storing the things. All this is vyavahar. And the pot is pot. It is 100% appearing to be different from the mud there and even other parts. Yet that pot is only manovritti. And what is the paramarthata in that one? The paramarthata is mud only. Catch this example. उपयोग करना अलग बात है, व्यवहार के लिए यूज करना अलग बात है, एक रूप नाम के रूप में दिखना अलग बात है, yet वो सत्य नहीं है. This is Vedanta. Two satyas cannot be there. Either the mud has to be real or the formation of it in the form of pot has to be real. Though cannot be real. Mud is always there, therefore that alone is reality. Pot shape comes and goes, therefore it is unreal. And it is manovrittimayam only. Be attentive. The imagination that the man can be made into pot, it's an imagination only, not thought. And the imagination that it can be used for this or that purpose, it is also imagination, thought only. And then molding it with whatever the means, that is also thought. Now it has become a pot. ये भी thought है. Now I am using it. It is also a thought. I am the user of it. That also thought. This way it is useful. It's also thought. In pure Paramatma ये सब नहीं है. That is what we have seen. Na? Kriya, Karaka, Phala, Bheda is not there in Paramatma. In Paramatma, the mud need not become pot. Pot need not be used for storing the water. Because the water is required for the Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya Kosha. In Paramatma, a Kosha hi nahi hai. That is why in Paramatma, this side, the Bhokta is projected or imagined. That side, the Bhoga is imagined. That is why on Paramatma, projection of Bhokta and Bhogya or seer or seen, seer and seen, Drashta, Drishya is called Srushti. सृष्टि क्या है? परमात्मा में भोक्ता भोग्य दोनों को प्रोजेक्ट करना. उसमें we differentiate. Then I am the bhokta and that is the bhogya. It's only projection. Isn't it? That's why that Kabir Das ka doha, that Matti is telling to this Kumar, कि you are making me the mud pot today, tomorrow I will make you. That's the power, because both of them. That's what the meaning of what Sri Rama said. About this becomes that, that becomes this. overnight. Here also it was said in the earlier one. Bhokta Bhogya, both are projected. Like now, when I close my eyes, you are there in my mind. All objects are there in my mind. What are they? They're all called idam, no? Idam vastu, idam vyakti. But their thoughts are not. They're only thoughts, no? Then who am I? I am also a thought. A thought is mind only, no? Then other than aham and other than idam or this, what else is there in the world? Therefore, world is fully idam and aham. Idam and aham are vrittis. Vrittis belong to the mana, not in Paramatma. तो सारा संसार दिमाग में, बुद्धि में है, मन में है, वृत्तियों में है. Oh, if this clicks to us, which is tough, again I'm saying, unless we have that intuitive intellect, blessed by the Guru and God, these things, 1,000 times we may listen, but it won't click. It is not how many times we have heard, but वो click हुआ कि नहीं, that's important. That is the meaning of मनोवृत्तिमयम द्वैतम अद्वैतम परमार्थ. It's a ultimate sentence. इसके आगे भी कुछ करना ही नहीं. इस स्थिति में है गुरु लोग. They're so casual. Advaita Paramatma is a reality, and the entire world of millions of multiplicities is nothing but the mana and manaka vritti hai. Bas. That's why the mind gets enfolded in nidra, entire world of multiplicity gone. And the mind again wakes up, Jagrat Sapre. Again the entire world is seen. Then manaso vrittaya tasmat dharma dharma nimittajaha nirodhavyaha tat nirodhe dvaitam naiva upavajyate. Our goal is to reach to ekameva dvayam paramatma anubhuti. For that we have to transcend the dvaitam. And the dvaita is only at the vritti level. Vrittis are in the form of dharma dharma. Therefore धर्मा धर्म रूपी वृत्तियों को हम पार करेंगे सो तो द्वैत का पार हो जाएगा. देन उसके पीछे जो छुपा है एकमेवा द्वयम ब्रह्मा द्वैत ब्रह्मा विच इज आवर गोल वी एक्सपीरियंस. वेदर इट इज अष्टांग योग और कर्म योग और भक्ति योग ज्ञान योग, सब में यही चीज दिखाया जाता है. द टेक्निक्स ऑफ मेकिंग अस डू मे बी डिफरेंट, but what is achieved is this only Advaita Paramatma Anubhuti by transcending the Dvaita, which is projection of the mind in its vrittis. That's why the next line was what? Manaso vritteha tasmad, the vrittis of the mana, which are the dharma dharma ityadi nimittajaha इत्यादियों का संकल्प वाले निरोधव्याहा, they have to be totally zerofied. See the nirodhavyaha, पुराण में ही कह रहे हैं योग चित्तवृत्ति निरोध करना पड़ेगा. वही बिकॉज तन निरोधे इन द वृत्तिस आर निरुद्ध द्वैतम नैव उपपद्यते. दैट्स व्हाट हैपनिंग इन द निद्रा एवरी डे. बट निद्रा इज नॉट साधना. इट इज ए टायर्डनेस exhaustion and to recoup our equipments, the equipments are sent into the laya avastha for some time. And still the ignorance vasanas are there. Again the mind with the dvaita is projected. But along with the vasanas are called the samskaras, and from the samskara what come are the vrittis. So yoga chitta vritti nirodha, always we have to add in bracket, along with the karana of the vrittis in the form of samskaras. संस्कार निरोधे बार बार आता है योग दर्शन में. Then what we are doing, that is the laughable thing which we listen, feel our ego is hurted, etc. Ki even on the name of spirituality, we are only increasing our vrittis. By doing so many things, and in doing everything, your indriyas and your mano has to come. What we forget, remember, we have to do the dharma to come out of the adharma. But dharma is not goal. We have to do the punya to come out the papa. Punya is not the goal. We have to do the seva to come out of the swartha. Seva is not the goal. We have to take the name of the Lord to avoid other names to take. Taking the name of the God is not goal. We have to do the Vicharana and Paramatma to avoid the Vicharana and something else. But Vicharana is not the goal because that also at the Vritti level. That is why Vritti Sahita Atma Jnana never gives us moksha. Vritti Rahita Atma Anubhuti gives moksha. We are stuck up at Vritti Sahita Atma Jnana. आत्मज्ञान नहीं चाहिए, आत्मबोध चाहिए. बोध के समय वृत्ति नहीं रहता. And we never try for that. And the same thing, whether it is in Tripura Rahasyam, whether it is in other, every of the story of Pakhyana, by saying the Sarvadharman Paritejya, or by saying Stiro Bhava, Sukhi Bhava, Nishchito Bhava, millions of words we have heard. What they are saying is, just drop this mentation. Be the consciousness. The mist of mind on the ocean of consciousness is called the Jagat or Samsara. The mind with its mist of duality has to dissolve for having experiencing the infinite conscious self, which is Advaita Atma. थोड़ा इसको में पकड़ना है. दुर्वृत्तियों को निकालने के लिए सद्वृत्तियां पकड़ना है. पर सद्वृत्तियां भी वृत्तियां ही है ना. तो वृत्ति नहीं चाहिए हमको. वृत्ति रहित आत्मबोध चाहिए मोक्ष के लिए. दैट इज व्हाई ही सेज धर्म अधर्म दोनों को कहा यहाँ. मनसः वृत्ति है तस्मात् धर्म अधर्म निमित्त जाह. मतलब मन के वृत्तियां जो धर्म अधर्म इत्यादि कॉन्सेप्ट्स को निर्माण करते हैं. इन दैट ऑल हैव कम. आदि मीन्स धर्म अधर्म पाप पुण्य, एवरी ऑफ दोज पेयर्स ऑफ थॉट्स. अधर्म से धर्म बेटर है लेकिन वो भी ऑब्लिगेशन है. दैट्स ऑल्सो नॉट अल्टीमेट. पाप से पुण्य बेटर है बट दैट्स नॉट अल्टीमेट. स्वार्थ से सेवा बेटर है, दैट्स नॉट अल्टीमेट. That I insult somebody so that I respect others. But ये सब वृत्तियां हैं, प्रवृत्तियां हैं. इधर आत्मा किधर है? आत्मा is अनुभूति. For the अनुभूति, these are all exercises. That's why don't forget the goal. Goal is Advaita Atma Anubhuti. So, nirodhavyah tarnirodhe dvaitam naiva upapadyate. When the nirodha of these vrittis are done, there is no dvaitam. That is why what we do in japa, multiple thoughts we make into one thought. In that one thought, only Om Namo Narayana is going on. Here also there are two things. Om Namo Narayana mantra and the one who is chanting it. Then we focus our attention on the one who is chanting. While doing so, the importance to the chanting is gone. When that Dvaitam में idam जाता है ना, अब अदम अहम भी नहीं रहेगा. Because in relative level में, every time the aham is in relation with some or the other idam. Like in Nidra, idam is dropped through the senses and mind and intellect. Therefore, aham also gone into nidra. ध्यान में भी यही होता है. Through the japa, to the many idam to one idam. Idam one idam to aham. In the effort of focusing on the aham, idam is dropped. When the idam is dropped, corresponding aham also goes. What remains? Idam aham rahita atmanu. Same thing when you do the upasana, puja, हर एक चीज इतना ही है. Multi thoughts to single thought to the me thought, from the me thought to the thoughtless anubhava me, thought free anubhava me. Advaita Anubhuti. And that Advaita Anubhuti is an Anubhuti. Don't try to again visualize it as a concept of intellect, feel it as a mind's feeling, nor in a perception of the Indriyas. स्वामी की आत्मा ओम की तरह सुनाई देगा, वो कान का विषय नहीं है कि आंखों के लिए वो सूर्योदय सूर्यास्त में कैसे तरह दिखेगा. इट्स नॉट द रूप ऑफ द आईज. क्या वो मिठाई की तरह दिखेगा टंग में? इट इज नॉट एन ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ टेस्ट. क्या वो ठंडा रहेगी गर्म रहेगा आत्मा? इट इज नॉट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ द स्किन. विल इट गिव द फ्रेग्रेंस लाइक चंदन और गुलाब? आत्मा विषय वस्तु थोड़ी है वो. सो डोंट एक्सपेक्ट द आत्मा टू लाइक दैट. सो टू व्हाट फीलिंग इट इज. प्यारा प्यारा रहेगा, है ना, सुख सुख रहेगा, शांत शांत रहेगा. दिस आर ऑल माइंड्स फीलिंग्स. कंसेप्ट भी नहीं होगा वो. बड़ा है या छोटा है, लंबा है, मोटा है, तगड़ा है. These are all concepts. Measurements are all are concepts which have a utility value, not a spiritual value. We are going to study that only in Yoga Darshanam today. So don't try to objectify the subjective self. Don't try to measure the immeasurable in the form of media called as praman. It is the अप्रमेय है ना, तो प्रमाणों को पकड़ में आने वाला नहीं है. Keep that in mind. It is an अनुभूति, अद्वैता अनुभूति. I, the Sachidananda alone, I am there. It is a thought which I am saying now. That thought-free experience will be there. These gaps will be filled up, or these clarities come when we rigorously study. Same thing again and again. Pray to Guru God. जब वो अनुग्रह करते हैं तो वही बात जो वही हम घूम रहे हैं वो क्लिक होता है वहाँ. Like the puzzle, you are looking only for half an hour and it is there solution, और क्लिक नहीं होता हो. At that one subtle moment of surrender or prayer, suddenly one सुराग आपको मिल जाता है और means immediately पोल खुल जाता है. Everything is wrong. In the same way, the final experience. Now, mano dushtamidam sarvam yat kinchit sacharacharam. देखो, yat kinchit sacharacharam. चरा मोबाइल अचरा everything is मनोदृष्टम means मन का दृश्य है वो, not reality. So मनोदृष्टमिदम सर्वम यत्किंचित सचराचरम. मन के द्वारा दिखाया जा रहा है, मन का ही एक्सप्रेशन हो. Whether it is outer charachara in the form of the chara, the rivers, and the winds and the animals beings, achara are the trees, are the mountains or oceans, कुछ भी हो, मनोदृष्टम. Inside also, the continuously moving, the pranas, the chitta vritya इत्यादि, ये सारे मनोदृष्टमिदम सचराचर. Therefore, what is the highest sadhana? Manaso hi amani bhave. That is the main thing. This is what Mandukya Upanishad. Manaso hi amani bhave. तो मन का मनता मेंटेशन when it is transcended, अद्वैत भावम तद आपनुयात. दिन अद्वैत अनुभव तब मिलता है. The same Advaita Anubhuti, when the mind gets transcended, is happening in Nidra. But that is ignorance. There is no consciousness being conscious of. They are utter nonsense. We have seen in again Mandukya Adi में the सुषुप्त अवस्था को perfectly define किए. आगम प्रकरण में भी और उसके ऊपर when Karika Kara gave the Karikas, we have studied it. What is Nidra? A peculiar avastha where the Paramatma is not known. Nidra में. Swapnavastha not known. जागृत अवस्था is not known. And most peculiar of all that is अपने आप को भी नहीं जानता हो. It does know itself also. That a person who is in sleep, does he know that he is sleeping? Utter ignorance it is. वो उसको पता नहीं कि मैं सो रहा हूँ. उसको भगवान नहीं पता. उसे जागृत स्वप्न दोनों भी नहीं पता. It's a state of ignorance. That is the meaning of ignorance is bliss. Not the general ignorance. that तो blister हो जाएगा. But there is Advaita. Advaita without the Atma Jnana, it is Nidra. Advaita with Atma Anubhuti is the moksha. Nidra is absolutely unconscious. Meditation and Atma Anubhuti is absolutely conscious. That I am consciousness, there is nothing other than me. Even there is nothing other than me is an answer given to a question. Is there anything other than you? नहीं तो वो बोलने की भी जरूरत नहीं. एक्चुअली बोलना होता ही नहीं ना. इट्स एन एक्सपीरियंस. सो मनसो हि अमनी भावे अद्वैत भावम तदा आपनुयात. Okay. Then comes now having explained the truth to us in the continuation of the quotation, Karmanam bhavana ya yamsa brahma paripantini. Ya yam karmanam bhavana. This mind's bhavana of karma set पूरा मिलकर. The entire set of karma is in the mind as bhavana. Bhavana is imagination. The mind's mentation and imagination of the set of entire karma means vasana coming as kamana, propelling me to become a karta, propelling my intellect to think about what karma to do, how to do. ये सब thoughts है ना? Then doing that karma, that also thought. Then the karma phala, that also is a thought. Then the bhoga of that phala, वो भी thought ही है. ये सब मिल करके बी अटेंटिव, सब मिल करके ब्रह्म परिपंथिनी. They are the looters and thieves en route to Brahma Jnana. In Gita it says, no? Paripantino. Hmm. Hmm. Second chapter it calls. Third also. Kamesha Krodha Jamahashma Vidyanam. Idhyanam iha Vairinam. In third chapter it is said Vairi. Hmm. Paripantino is in second chapter Bhagavan talks about they are the looters en route of the spirituality. Hmm. तयोर्नवशमागच्छेत् तौ हि अस्य परिपन्थिनौ. In the third chapter only, Bhagavan talks about those two things to be our the thieves en route. Okay ना? इंद्रियस्य अर्थे रागद्वेषो व्यवस्थितौ. इंद्रियों को इंद्रियार्थों के प्रति राग द्वेष है. तयोः वशम न आगच्छेत्. Don't come under the influence of raga dvesha. They are all the work of Indriyas. We are not Indriya. We are the Atman. If you don't understand it, then Tayor hi Vasmagachet Tauhi Asya Paripantino. Asya Sadakasya Brahma Marge Paritaha Pantino. Paripanti means Chor Lutere Daku en route. So here also the entire मन का खेल रूपी जो कर्म का सेट है, that all is a what you call problem only en route to Atmanumoti. Paripanthi hai. This is what we have studied also in our introduction today. Vicharana, Vimarshana, then Viraga, then exactly Vidhividhan. The Vidhividhan is to transcend the entire meditation and be in the self. Then कर्म भावनया तुल्यम विज्ञान जायते तथा ध्रुववती विज्ञप्ति यादृशी खलु भावना. अब देखो क्या बढ़िया कोइंसिडेंस है. आई टेल यू, फॉर द तेलुगु पीपल नॉट इवन वन इज लकी कि व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग इन मांडुक्य उपनिषद ऑफ कारिकास कि हाउ भगवान डज द जीव कल्पना and then from the jiva or for the jiva all other kalpanas are done. That is depicted here in the Purana. Tomorrow we'll see that. The entire karma bhavana when we have in the mind, regarding that karma bhavana, the jnanam also is projected, jnanam also is created. Then the memory also will be like that. Then we do the actions like that. It's called samsara. All of the set, then when selected, deleted, we get moksha. Matlab, whatever sankalpa happens in the mind, according to that, that kind of jnana is created. And that type of karma is done. And that type of phala comes. All of that is samsara. All that illusionary, all that imaginary, all that the mental level. In this, the sequence is ichhati, janati, karoti. In other case, janati, ichhati, karoti. Bhunkte, enjoys. He knows it, he desires it, he does it, he enjoys it. One way or other is what? In the mind, ichhati. Then how to obtain? Janati. Then he does it, karoti. He gets and enjoys. All of that is in the mind. In pure Paramatma, they are not required. From this standpoint, even all spiritual sadhana be at one level, करना ही बात है तो उसको भी छोड़ना पड़ता है. At the highest level of Mandukya Adhikarikas and even Yoga Vasishta में हम देखेंगे, thereafter to be the self, what is to do, what is to be done? To give up every doing. Every mental kriya, intellectual kriya, dropping consciously and remaining the kriya rahita, buddhi, vicharana rahita, sthiti is atmanubhuti. इसीलिए तो योग में इतना झंझट कर रहे हैं, इतना झमेला कर रहे हैं ना, कि वृत्ति निरोध करो तो स्वरूप प्रतिष्ठा हो जाएगा. How much struggle the Yogacharya is teaching us. Only Paramatma is there. In him, the mind, and in the mind, the entire vrittis are projected. Through the vritti, the whole world. World is only vritti-atmaka. Only thoughts. So set off the entire karma, the process, जो भी है, सबको हमें छोड़ना है. अब छुड़वाने के लिए देखो, वासना, कामना, कर्म, कर्म बल, ये सारा चक्कर हमको वृत्तियों में, संसार में फंसा रहा है. इसलिए पूरा वेदांतिक साधना में इन सब को न्यूट्रलाइज, नलिफाई करना. नॉट ओनली वेदांतिक साधना, इन द स्पिरिचुअल साधना ऑफ मोक्ष, दिस इज व्हाट इज डन. Directly attacking the vrittis and removing is called as yoga darshanam. Surrendering all the vrittis at the altar of the Lord is called the bhakti darshanam. And being a sakshi and recognizing the sakshi is the Vedanta darshan. बट तीनों का दर्शन का एक ही पर्पस है, एकमेवाद्वयम् अनुभूति, एंड एक ही साधना है, ट्रांसेंडिंग द माइंड विच इज प्रोजेक्टिंग द मल्टीट्यूड. Very powerful discussion. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaय Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Namo Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu.